that I'm going to talk to, which is much more interesting than talking about President Trump. So my guess is it's a youth program in Dorchester, Roxbury area that deals with the youth. And I think our youth are so much more important in today's society that we really need to focus more, and we need to spend more money on educating them and getting them ready for the future instead of all of this smoking gun play acting out that's going on in today. So let me introduce my guest, Tim Fitzgerald. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you
very much for having me here.
I feel like you're way over there. No, right there. That's fine. Thank you. Tell the viewing audience about your program and what you guys are doing, you have geared up for this year.
Okay, my name is Tim Fitzgerald. I work for Youth Police and Partnership under the umbrella of Children Service of Roxbury. Our program, we build a relationship with Transit Police, Boston Police, and EMS. Our youth will come to our program from 4:30 to 6:30. They get paid $11 an hour. We do a lot of training inside our program. Our youth go around, we would do roundtable with other youth, and we'll talk about everything that's going on out in society, like bullying, gangs, educating them on a lot of things that they don't get a chance to talk about in school. One of the most important things I want to touch on, our youth don't get, I don't want to say credit, they build a relationship with Boston Police and Transit Police, which is very important because it's always talking about the youth is very disrespectful, and a lot of people don't get an opportunity to see what our youth is doing with Boston Police and Transit Police. Mm-hmm.
And how many people are actually able to be part of this program?
We have 20 youth, we have 2 staff, and I would like to thank the CEO, Sandra McCrone, and the Vice President, Anita B. Johnson, for giving me the opportunity. I just became the program supervisor, and I would like to thank them for giving me an opportunity to work with the youth. So
we need to change your title to program supervisor.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Cool. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
And how many kids you say in the program?
Right now we have 18.
18 kids in the program. Do the kids stay out through? Talk about the time period and the things that they have to go through in order to qualify. Is there a qualifying?
Yes, we when it comes to our program, we start interviewing around July, August. That's the cutoff. The interview is cut off mainly in August because we start our program in September. Our program will come to the youth will come to our program from 4:30 to 6:30. Our program starts from September to June. When they come in our program, we will interview the youth, and like adults, that some of the youth will tell you what you want to hear to get a job, in which is okay because adults do that. I just want to say, it's an opportunity, give them an opportunity to build leadership, doing good things in their community. So when they come in our program, they also do a drug test, which, if they fail the drug test, we still give them an opportunity to work in the program, but also, too, we just let them know that, when you go back, hopefully everything is okay, which a lot of our youth pass the drug test.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. But do they do a random one as the year go along, or is that just that one-shot deal and they know it?
What we do, for instance, if a youth fail a drug test, we say we give you an opportunity, you got to come back in 30 days, and when they go back, a lot of youth pass the drug test. So we do give them an opportunity to come back to work for YPP.
Right, that's great, that's great. So what do YPP, tell what YPP stands for. We're just doing acronyms up here.
YPP stands for Youth Police and Partnership. Okay. So the key word, what I'm saying, Youth Police and Partnership, partner up with Boston Police and Transit Police, and I think we missing out on, a lot of youth is missing out on the opportunity to partner up with Boston Police and Transit Police. We do a youth dialogue every month, and we just started up. We've been doing that with Boston Police, but we just added Transit Police. Reason why we add Transit Police involved with our dialogue, a lot of our youth, when they go to the train station, Forest Hill, Dudley, Ashmont, and it was a disconnect between Transit Police and the youth. So we're trying to build a better relationship with transit on a disrespect also on, transit police, because a lot of transit police never dealt with youth as on a positive level.
And they're out there with them all day.
Out there with them all day.
And I noticed that. They were out there with them all day and they have a disconnect. So
Yeah.
I think it's good that they do have that relationship, even with kids,
Yes.
that they feel they're approachable, these people they work with are approachable. Because if something goes on or happen on transit, and talk about the part where you were telling me, and I could never get there, but I am, where the transit have that program due on Monday or every...
They have a stopwatch program, a community meeting, Monday through Friday. The program is from 10 to 11. The community is welcome. And one thing I'm going to say to the community, a lot of people don't know about the stopwatch program, which anyone is welcome to come there. And one thing I like about, because behind closed doors, is an opportunity to get a chance to see that a lot of transit police want to build that relationship with the youth when they go on the trains, just like our Boston police. I gotta say thanks to our Boston police, because they've been working with us over the years, and they build a good relationship with us. They're doing a lot of good things, and we had that relationship with transit, but we never had this connect with transit police as a youth dialogue, building that relationship. So behind closed doors, a lot of parents, a lot of youth, they'll get the opportunity to see where Lieutenant Gillespie is talking to us, and they try to do less arrests and have a better relationship with the youth, have them come in and sit down and talk with them.
And I think that's good, because I've been to some of your meetings where the police comes in, the transit police come in, and they're able to talk to the kids, because there are a lot of situations that happen on the transit, like kids forget their money,
Yes.
Or they lost their badge and they can't get home, and they feel like they can approach them and say, look, I lost my badge. It's not necessary for me to jump over. Also, like I say, something happens and they feel comfortable enough because they are out with them. And they can also be the conduit for other kids.
Yes.
Talk to other kids. Hey, he's okay. I know him. Or just settle down.
Yes. Let me see this. With our partners with Boston Police, and when I go speak to other youth programs, a lot of youth, when they hear we partner up with Boston Police, especially the Boston Police, as soon as they hear we partner up with the Boston Police, a lot of youth I don't want to be involved in this conversation.
Right.
But they don't understand the relationship with Boston Police, even transit police. But I'm speaking on behalf of Boston Police right now, because we have built this connection and this relationship with them. When they come to our program, they don't come in to ask the youth what happened last night. They didn't say, did you see the shooting? They don't come in and ask questions like that. And I'm putting that out there because a lot of youth think that they use the word on the street. I hate using this word, snitch, if you're working with the Boston Police. They're not understanding building a relationship. And I must say this, a lot of our youth that came in our program, our partners helped them out, especially Boston Police. We got a youth right now that working for Boston Police in the cadet program, which is very great. And I feel that he wouldn't have that opportunity. He ain't partnered up with the Boston Police was a partner up with us. So there's a lot of great things that going on with Boston Police, transit police, and I just wish a lot of youth out there give them the opportunity to sit down, have a conversation with them, because transit, especially Boston, are approachable and having a conversation with them.
Right. And I think too, you think can you see this program being a pilot program, not pilot, but are extended, like I forget what the word I'm looking for, in another city, being that type of program?
It's other programs that's trying to start a program like ours. I would say what a lot of people don't know, YPP been around for 20 years, going on 21 years. And sometimes I get upset about that. Our youth that work with Boston Police, they don't get and I'm gonna say this again, they don't get the credit because no one see behind closed doors the hard work our youth do. Staff will support them, and I'm just happy to have a great team, Vice President, the CEO, who support us on this. And a lot of our youth don't have the knowledge, and the opportunity to go out there to talk with them.
And I know part of the program that the kids do, they do mentorship. So talk about that mentorship. And I know you're not really responsible for, coordinating it, but there's a mentorship program where they talk to other youths.
We have a mentor coordinator. His name is Cleston Flemings, and we're happy to have Cleston Flemings. Cleston, he matched all our youth up with a mentor, which is our partners, which is Boston Police, Transit Police, also match them up, Children Service of Roxbury. And this mentor program is very important. I like to say to a lot of youth out there, take advantage of your mentors, because I had my mentor for 25 to 30 years, and he's still in my life. And thank you for the mentor program, because with this mentor program, a lot of youth have an opportunity. Besides, they need that support. It's not around staff, but also have an opportunity to talk to their mentors.
About personal things.
Personal things
that they may be running into at school.
Yes.
They are able to sit with peers, and sometimes kids sitting with their own peers feel a little bit comfortable about talking about the situations. But these mentors are trained.
Yes, mentors, they come to the meeting, and we talk to them about the things. We want to build this relationship, so they are trained. Also, the mentees have a responsibility to stay in touch with their mentors. Also, we have a program called City Heroes. The youth love this program, City Heroes, where starting in March, our youth will be with Transit Police for a month. They get a chance to see like a career exploration where they get an opportunity to see what Transit do. And then we are going to Boston Police in April. And then in May, we are going to EMS, Emergency Service, get an opportunity to see what everyone do in their fields. So this City Heroes is a great program. And also at the end of the year, our finale, we do a play called Know the Law.
Right.
Know the Law.
That's a great play.
Yes.
And they rewrite it. They kind of, the people who get involved in the play, they kind of tweak it.
They tweak
to
it.
Update it every year.
Yeah, they tweak it, but it stays the same, like the same script, like you just said. They tweak it a little, but Know the Law is an opportunity for a lot of youth to come see, because this is what we deal with in our community, like with the violence, drug dealing, and young ladies who want to be with a guy, that's selling drugs. So it's a good opportunity to come see this play, which is going to be in June. We just don't have the date yet.
Right. And it's a great play. And I'm trying to figure out how we can promote it, because when I saw it, I'm thinking we should have every kid, we should have every kid in the public schools see this play.
You right about that.
How do somebody in the viewing audience, if you come up with some ideas, let me know.
I think with the timing, because sometimes we send out, the timing for to come see the play. The schools have other activity, but this year we're going to hit it right on point where they have an opportunity to see this. And speaking of the public schools, I just want to say, no matter what school you go to, and this goes to a lot of youth got to be more educated, like about school. Teachers got to have more patience. And I always speak to the youth. It's not the teacher's fault that you wake up late, go to school late, and go in class, don't want to learn. So that responsibility is on the youth to go to school to learn, but also we need a lot more teachers, be more patient, but we do have a lot of teachers out there who are being responsible, doing what they have to do. So thank everyone who's doing that, working with the youth.
I think you're absolutely right, because and I think having a YPP program helps them really realize their potential, and that you do put responsibility on them. It's your responsibility to make sure you have the things that you need. It's your responsibility to make sure you're on time. It's your responsibility to make sure those grades are up. Nobody, and I think kids don't, I don't know if there's not enough of teachers in the system that elevate it for them. Like some teachers did, the expectations. Their expectations for kids are low. And when the expectations for kids are low, kids, they work here. But when you raise the bar, they know that they have to perform. And if they want to stay in that program, they do.
They do. Also, we ask for report cards in our program, so they have to show a report card. Every time they got to bring a report card. I just want to say this. With a lot of our youth out here today, I'm going to say, a lot of people are getting confused between trauma and mental illness. And I just feel that a lot of our youth is being traumatized and they're getting confused with mental illness. And I just have to say that because first thing we want to say, we want to put our youth on medication and everything instead of dealing with the trauma part, because we don't know what our youth going through at home, leaving out their house, seeing the shooting. There's a lot of traumatized youth out there, and we're not working on that part right now. First thing we want to say, this youth have a problem and they need to go see a doctor or something instead of dealing with the trauma part.
Mm-hmm. I agree, absolutely. They're a problem. That's the teachers. The teachers don't want to deal with them. They don't want to deal with them, and right away, that's an issue. And I think you're right about that. But anything else you want to say about the program that we haven't covered? Because I think I love the program. I love being part of it. Whatever I can do.
I just want to say that, we only have 20 youth. Hopefully in the future, we're looking to expand in the future. I don't know what's going to happen. So, because sometimes I feel bad that, we got to make phone calls telling the youth, who was accepted, who wasn't accepted. But, be patient. Your opportunity will come. And no matter what job you go to, take advantage of it. Because we can't get up on our youth, because we do have youth come in that, their first time working, and we just give up on them because we feel they don't have no job skills.
Right. That's wonderful. Anything else we have another minute. Anything else you want to say?
I just want to leave on this. I just want to say to all the schools that coaching our youth, the boys and the young ladies, and to Pop Warner, to baseball, to AAU, I just want to say, just take the opportunity out, not because they're sports. Take the opportunity out to see, how they doing in school, how their home life, and give them an opportunity to voice their opinion. Because a lot of our youth don't get a chance to voice our opinion. We have some good coaches out there, but also we have coaches out there, I call them seasoned coaches. Once they stop playing with them, they don't care nothing else about them as long as they're playing sports for them. But we also have a lot of good coaches, and I hope coaches don't take this personally, but we got to step up as, doing other things besides sports.
Right, and take our kids, because they're the future. They're definitely the future. And we really need to spend more time. Like I say, forget about building the wall. Forget about that. We need to take that money and spend it on our youth, the kids of the future, so they don't become robots.
Exactly.
We don't want that. We want thinkers. We want kids that happy with themselves.
Yes.
A lot of kids grow up, they're miserable because they're not even happy with the type of life that they're living.
Exactly.
And a lot of times they don't have choices, but having an ear like YPP, some place that they can go to and mentors there that they can deal with, I think it's great. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. And there is a poem in the air for Willie's moment. So check it out. Take it away.
This is a poem, and this poem is a chant. This chant is a part of a movement, and a movement is a fight to get guns off the streets, poverty off the minds of single black mothers, but most importantly, to get pens out of the hands of politicians. That's right, you heard right. This poem is a fight to get pens out of the hands of politicians, those who write in opposition of the masses, not knowing the repetitive cycle of history, how it recycles oppression, so they write and rewrite other people's depression like the trail of tears happened years and years and years ago. Yet people still shedding tears and tears in the name of gentrification, packing up only what they can afford to take. Homes replaced with stores they can't afford to shop in. Stop in without surveillance and scrutiny. This be that repetitive cycle of history, electing and re-electing, writing and rewriting, the recycles of misery, keeping that power to oppress silent like shh. You don't ask and you don't tell, and you can serve in the military. Just as long as you're not lesbian, bisexual, or gay, it's okay for you to pledge to this country and fight for this country and die for this country to ensure the liberties of every single person on the planet but yourself. And they say history repeats. That's why blacks went through the same thing, called it the Double V campaign. Politicians campaign, utilizing false promises and capitalizing on our dreams, grabbing magic pens to write laws that turn into reoccurring images of our nightmares. And now they be scoping for Muslims like they were scoping for communists, like they were scoping for witches and hanging them in Salem, and scoping for stuff that didn't have nothing to do with them. And see, now they taking bowel movements on immigrants. And while they be slaving in the sun for $2 an hour to grow the food we eat, politicians be sitting in that seat reaching for that magic power pen to repeat and deny the same rights denied to the immigrants who worked in the factories. And the fact be, we be electing and re-electing the same thing. Democrats and Republicans live on the same streets, grew up in the same hood, got accepted to the same Ivy League university, then shared countless conversations over countless expensive dinners about the countless ways to get rich and mess everybody else over. Same politicians, same ink pen, same thing. So we recycle our history, relive repeated miseries, repetitive, recycled, repeated oppressions. So I'm going to say it again and again and again and again and again. This poem is a fight to get guns off the streets, poverty off the minds of single black mothers, and most importantly, to get pens out of the hands of politicians.
I hope you enjoyed that like I enjoyed it. Portia, she is one of the Slam Team's members up at the Lizard Lounge in Cambridge. Fantastic. I had her on my show a couple years ago, and I love that poem. It fits right in today. Take the pens out of the hands of the politicians. They're signing our life away. So don't worry, 4 years from now, we'll give the pen to someone else. So I love